And welcome to our live coverage of the winter storm that is heading to southeast Michigan. I'm Christy McDonald. Thanks so much for joining us right here on Local 4 Plus and clickondetroit.com. It's a Friday. I mean, it is the first Friday in March, so why not buckle in and get ready for a snowstorm? Ashley Barrissey joins me live, and she's been tracking the storm and has the very latest in the snow totals for us and the path of this whole storm. Ashley?
Well, absolutely, Christy. It seems like we're averaging some kind of storm at least once a week over the last month, so why not continue? Even though it's March, we're still in winter. It's meteorological spring, but we have 17 days until the spring equinox, so we just have to get these winter storms in while we can, I guess. Right now, downtown Detroit quiet, 36 degrees. Same in Ann Arbor, 36 in Holland, 35 in Adrian. But factoring in east-northeasterly winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour, those wind chill readings are cooler in the 20s. Winter storm warnings are currently in effect, and that's for all of southeastern Michigan from Monroe up towards Sanilac County until 4 a.m. on Saturday. We anticipate the conditions to rapidly deteriorate throughout the evening and significant snowfall totals now that we have a much better gauge on the track of this low pressure system that's headed our way. Here's a look at Exact Track 4D radar, where we have on radar some snow showers in parts of Monroe, Lenawee counties now inching into Washita on that very southern edge of Wayne County. But as we look at reports from airports and different METAR sites, it doesn't appear that all of this is making it to the surface yet. So it still has to cut through a layer of dry air before making it to the surface. And so we'll likely have more of this rain or a little bit of mix on the onset before snow showers really start to move in. So we still anticipate better snowfall arriving at the surface closer to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon throughout Lenawee, Monroe counties, pushing up into Wayne, Washtenaw counties around 4 to 5 o'clock. We then get up into the thumb, and then especially in the northern edge of the thumb, it's going to be throughout the evening, but widespread and staying rather steady for several hours late this afternoon and even into the early part of the overnight. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts are anticipated starting around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and they will be upward of that by about 7. We could even have some wind gusts down to our south, getting close to 40 miles per hour. I point this out because that does factor into those wind chills, but it also could create some scattered power outages in the area. Not as widespread as the ice storms we dealt with the last 2 weeks, but nonetheless, these are gusty winds that could create some trouble, especially on some of those weak branches from the previous systems that we've had. Taking you step by step through this computer model, widespread snow being picked up on the model run by 4 o'clock from Toledo, north of Detroit, getting into some of our northern counties throughout the metro zone. But this continues to lift northward into the thumb by 5-6 o'clock. The deeper shades of blue would indicate the banding of snow that would be the heaviest, where we could have 2 inches an hour coming down. We still have to start to see how this radar sets up throughout the afternoon and evening to really lock into where that banding is going to be, but likely upward of 6 to 8 inches in a lot of areas across Metro Detroit, and I think we'll have some pockets of double-digit snow accumulations. Now look at Toledo southward, heavy rain showers at this time at 6, and so if that creeps just 20 miles north, that's going to significantly cut down on the snowfall totals in parts of Monroe County. So I anticipate that rain-snow line to be hovering really close to the edge of southeastern Michigan, right by Canada, and this is where we have that uncertain area where we could have 3 to 5 inches of snow, a little less or a little more, all dictated by that rain-snow line throughout the evening. Nonetheless, the rest of lower Michigan dealing with widespread snow until about midnight. We'll have a few lingering streamers in the area. Then by 4 a.m. we'll definitely be drying out, maybe a few breaks in the clouds throughout the day on Saturday and warming up into the low 40s. So your snowfall forecast as we go throughout the afternoon and evening hours, showing still consistently about 3 to 5 inches for this sliver from really Port Huron, Mount Clemens down towards Monroe, Grosse Ile on the lower end of that. This is because it's anticipating a little more rain mixing in. You get into parts of Oakland County, Washtenaw County, 6 to 8 inches, if not more, with the heaviest banding still projected between about Jackson, Howell, Flint, up into Lapeer, where we could have some double-digit accumulations. Here's the deal, though. 8 inches or more of snow on the ground, it's all going to feel the same because this is going to be a lot of snow to be shoveling or snow blowing. And so you do need to shovel in shifts. I can't emphasize that enough because at the rate of 2 inches per hour and the fact that this is going to be very heavy and wet in nature, this is the dangerous kind of shoveling because it's going to be such heavy snow. So try to get out there maybe every hour or two to keep up with this during the peak intensity, which is really between about 4 to 11 p.m. You also might hear a few rumbles of thunder as you're out there shoveling swirling. Don't be alarmed. We call it thundersnow. It's a lot like a thunderstorm, as we could have some lightning in the upper atmosphere. And so instead of having rain precipitation, it comes down as snow. It's kind of a cool phenomenon, rather rare. And then the winds will be gusting up to 35, 40 miles per hour, and that could bring us a few scattered power outages. So these are the takeaways as we go into this afternoon and evening. Kim Adams will begin to give you the latest update throughout the rest of the day.